evening. I'm going to do a practice today that helps to open the heart space and the shoulders, maybe the hips and the pelvis a little bit as well. This is a practice that we can offer up to the Goddess Lakshmi. I'm going to do a few of these practices over the next few days or in the next couple of weeks. So you can take this practice as a physical, an asana practice, or if you want to dive a little bit deeper, you can maybe study the lessons of Lakshmi a little bit. I'll put some notes out maybe on the Facebook page for this. Lakshmi is the goddess of love. And working with the lessons here can help us to shift the inner vision from self-depreciation to self-honoring. So if you're struggling at the moment in any way, you know, if you're comparing yourselves to others, if you're not seeing your own inner light, your own radiance, then this work can be really, really helpful. So we're going to start seated position. And as always, we're just going to sit with ourselves for a moment. We're going to arrive with our breath. We're going to bring our hands in front of the heart, so Anjali Mudra. And think about your intention here. So Lakshmi is a goddess of abundance, so anything that you feel you're lacking, anything that you want to bring more of into your life. So if you feel that you need friendship or support or happiness or joy or confidence, love, you can set intention to bring more of this into your life. If you need more self-love, then make that part of your intention. So working with Lakshmi, it relates to our Anahata Chakra work as well. So just sitting for a moment and seeing what arises for you. You would like to make your intention. And then you can open the hands into, says a Padma mudra, so it's like a lotus flower mudra. And imagine you hold your intention here in your hands. And then offer up the intention. So just all the way up. Be mindful not to bring tension into your shoulders here. And then maybe just swirl a little bit. So you just circle. You release the shoulders. You open up a little bit into your chest. And change direction and just go the other way. So it's just gentle, just mobilization there. And then you come back to the center and take hold of that intention. So you just close the hands again into prayer position and bring the intention all the way down and into your heart space, into your center here. And then just think about releasing the hips. So we swirl a little bit here around the sit bones. Now you can keep your hands in front of your heart, or if it helps, you can bring your hands down and onto your thighs. And it's just small movement again, just releasing some of the the stiffness or the tension around your hips. And then again, just going the other way. You can do this with your eyes closed. And again, you can change the direction. So however that feels good for you. And then coming back to the center again, taking a breath. Just acknowledging that you've arrived in your practice, that you've set your intention. And then when you feel that you're ready, you can transition over. So you come onto your hands and knees, you come into tabletop pose. And just think about the shoulders again. Take a big mandala, just really slowly with your right arm. So you circle forward. You open your shoulder, you open your chest. So the areas that we're thinking about opening are areas that we tend to close when we're feeling not so good about ourselves, when we're feeling hurt, or if maybe we feel that we've been criticized, we're not feeling confident. We tend to tighten the chest and the shoulders. Those areas contract, and maybe we feel a little tight into the hips and the pelvis as well. Just change the arm and go the other way. So just feeling that you open your shoulders here. You can go back to the right side. Maybe just feel into that again. It should feel freer already. And then maybe left again. And then to your center, and working with the hips, the pelvis, just come around in a circle here and stir up the energy a little bit. Hips, lower back, pelvis. And again, you can change the direction whenever it feels good. Try and roughly balance the amount of repetitions that you do in each direction or to each side, without being too rigid. So most importantly, it feels good. And then go the other way. Good. You come back to your center, and maybe just drop into child's pose for a moment. You could widen the knees. Just let the child's pose here open your hips. And you could maybe bring your hands into prayer position and just drop the thumbs back behind your head there. So you feel a bit of opening into your shoulders, a bit of opening into your hips. And take a breath or two here. And then when you're ready, you can bring yourself slowly up. And we're going to look for our first downward facing dog. So you can plant your hands, turn your toes under. Then when you feel ready, you transition into downward dog. And a little bit of movement here again to feel good. So Just doing whatever you need to do to find yourself. You might want to pedal your feet, open the backs of your legs, maybe rock the hips a little bit, wag the tail, move into your hips, your pelvis, free your lower back. Relax the neck and the shoulders. Take a good long breath. The feet walk towards the hands. And as your feet arrive at your hands, you lift your heart, lengthen your spine, bring the breastbone forward. And then exhale. And release the head down. We can heel toe the feet out a little bit wider, turn the toes out a few degrees and drop down into your first malasana. And you might want to rock your way into a little bit, feel into your hips as you sink down. Maybe use the arms to help you open the hips more. Bring your hands together in front of your heart and take a breath or two here. So just releasing your hips and your lower back, and you could open up again here to that Padma Mudra and recall your intention. And then from here, lifting the seat, dropping the head, and coming back into Uttanasana. Just realign your feet again. So you heel toe your feet back in, feet parallel. I want to draw the heart forward, and then release the head. Release the neck. Maybe shrug the shoulders. Soften the knees and roll up slowly. So pressing into the feet, feeling the energy rise. Bringing yourself up and into your first Tadasana, your first mountain pose. And taking a moment again to notice how you feel here. And we're going to take the arms into Gurudasana. So you're crossing your right arm over your left arm and opening around the backs of your shoulders. As we take an inhale, we're going to let the arms come up. As we exhale, just bring the arms in, the elbows in towards your center. And do that one more time. Come up. And then exhale in. This time, come up. But then release all the way forward, keeping the arms bound and dropping into forward fold. So try and let the upper arm bones just fall from the shoulders a little bit so you feel space. Take a breath or two here. And when you feel ready, release your fingertips to the floor, lift the heart and lengthen. So Urdhva Uttanasana. And then step back with the right leg. So coming into a lunge here. Wiggle out nice and long for your lunge. Square your left hip back, bring your heart forward, inhale. And when you feel ready, exhale and lower the back knee down. So we sink into the lunge. We can take a breath here. So make sure you're not feeling too much pressure. Remember, your practice is about self-honoring. You're not forcing or striving. You're bringing yourself up when you feel ready. The hands come in front of the heart. And then take this all the way up. Let the elbows bend and just drop the hands down again behind your head. So a little bit like we did in child's pose. This feeling opening in the fronts of your shoulders. You can turn the gaze up a little. Releasing when you feel ready and taking a step back into downward facing dog. So on an exhale, ripple from your dog into plank. You just feel your strength here, your power. You stand into that power for a moment, and then when you're ready, lower slowly all the way down. The legs lengthen and reach back. The hands are alongside your chest. And nice and slow here, we take a cobra pose. So we lift the heart gently, inhale. And then slowly ease back down. You might want to take your inhale here and lengthen again. You can initiate your lifting with an exhale. Let the inhale carry you up. Releasing down. And one more time. Good, coming down. Taking that back to your downward facing dog. If you feel you need a child's pose in there, you know that you can add that in. So you come back into dog when you're ready. You take a breath here. And then the left leg will sweep up. So just nice and gently take your left leg up and split dog. If you would like to open that up a little bit more, you can open through your inner right leg line as you turn your pelvis to the left. And then you square the pelvis again, come back to a neutral split dog, and you bring the left foot forward nice and slow. You place in between your hands. So you come back into your lunge. You inhale, bring the heart forward again. Exhale, lower the knee. Good. We're going to come back into our eagle bind with the arms. So you're crossing your right arm over your left. Again, you can inhale up. Exhaling, you might just want to draw in towards your center. So there's just a little bit of flexion there. Inhale up. Exhale in. Good, again, inhale up. When you're ready, you release, hands come to the floor. You're standing into your left foot to float your right foot forward. Lifting the heart again, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Maybe take an extra breath here, let the shoulders relax, let the head drop. When you're ready, you soften your knees, press your feet, and restack your spine. Try and let the head trail. Slowly up to stand. Take a breath here. And then your left arm comes over your right arm. You look for that opening around the backs of your shoulders, between your shoulder blades and across your upper back. You inhale, you come up. And you exhale in. Inhale. exhale in. Inhale. Exhale this time all the way down. Keep the bind in the arms and try and let the weight of the arms drop so you feel the upper arm bones just releasing from the shoulders, space around your joints. You can sway a little bit if it helps. Take a long inhale and a long exhale. When we're ready, we release the fingertips to the floor, draw the heart forward, inhale. And this time the left leg steps back as we come into lunge. You lengthen out through your lunge, inhale the heart forward. And exhale, lower the knee down. So for an easy version, you can stay here. Fingertips stay on the floor. If it feels okay, press the foundation, lift the heart up, bring your hands in front of your heart. Take the arms up when you feel ready. Bend the elbows and just drop the thumbs down behind the head, behind the neck. Feel the opening in the fronts of your shoulders. Lifting and opening your chest, your heart space. Releasing when you feel ready and taking a step back into your downward dog. A ripple forward into your plank. You just stand down for a moment. You feel your strength here. And then lower slowly. Keep the elbows in as you lower so your upper arms brush your side ribs. Forehead down, ripple out and lengthen. Really charge the legs as you reach back. Bring your hands alongside your chest. Keep the elbows in. And when you're ready, that first rise into cobra. So you lift your heart. Lower down. Nice and slow. 2 more times. So you can use the inhale to help you re-lengthen. Initiate the transition on your exhale. And then rise up on the inhale. Release down. And again. Lovely. Slowly down. Think about your transition here. If you want to take a child's pose, you can sink back and release your spine. If it feels good for you to move back into dog, you come straight back and into downward facing. So split dog when you're ready. It's your right leg that's rising here, so nice and slow, all the way up. You can keep the split dog neutral, or you can open through the inner left leg line, turn the pelvis, and open up. You want to square your pelvis before you bring the leg through. Look at that space in between your hands, and with intention, take a strong stride forward, coming back into your lunge. Square the right hip back. Lower slowly the left knee. And as you come up, it's left arm over right again. So a really nice firm foundation. You inhale up. And you exhale. Good again. And in. and one more. And then release. Stand into the right foot, step the left foot forward, lift the heart, lengthen. And then exhale. Good. Take an extra breath. And when you're ready, you can slowly come up. And come back into your Tadasana and maybe take a breath here. See how you feel. Good. You can continue to work on the front edge of your yoga mat. I'm going to turn so that you can see more clearly. We're going to take a standing balance here, a tree pose, Vrksasana, so we're opening the hip. We're standing on the left foot and lifting the right leg first. So just coming. If you need to modify here, if you need to have one hand on a wall behind you, if you need to keep it here or the foot closer to the floor, that's all fine. If you feel that you have your balance, you open your hip, you bring the right foot to the very top of the left thigh and press the two together so you create a really firm union between your foot and your inner thigh. Press the thigh in towards the foot as well as the foot in towards the thigh, and then bring your hands in front of your heart. You want maybe another Habma Mudra, as if you're holding your intention there in your hands. Good. You can release your right foot. And we just do the same thing to the other side. So when you're ready, you stand on your right foot. You bring your left leg up. Modify if you need to. You can open your hip. Bring the foot to your thigh. Press the foot to the thigh and press the thigh back towards the foot. A lot of the stability in this posture, it comes from the energy moving in towards the center, towards the midline. It kind of rises up through the posture and it gives you a really nice, stable tree pose. You can open the hands again. And just remind yourself here that whatever version of this posture you're doing, it's enough. That there's no competition, there's no comparison. We're just doing what we're able to do today. We close the hands and we release the foot back down. From the front edge of your mat, you can turn your toes out again and just drop yourself down into Malasana. So second time for this posture. Maybe it feels a little more open now. We just take a few breaths here. When you're ready, you can release your seat to the floor. Use the hands to help you if you need to. You come all the way down Straighten the legs out in front of you. We'll bend the right leg, so we bring the sole of the right foot to the inner left thigh. You can support your leg here if it helps. So remember that you really want to support yourself in your practice. It's about self-honoring, self-love. We don't want to be hard on ourselves or forceful. We come into a fold here. You might take a moment just to lift and open the heart. So as we come into this, we don't want to round the upper back and close the heart space again. We want to draw the heart through and release down. It's okay for you to have the foot here, to be holding your foot, but make sure you're not dragging yourself down and into the posture. Think about moving forward rather than just downward. This version, maybe, with the hands on the floor, kind of discourages us to pull on the foot to bring ourselves into the pose. So nice and easy and patient here. Take one more breath. And then slowly lift the heart, coming up, inhale. And exhale, release. Just change to the other side. So you bend your left leg. Again, maybe use some support. And come forward when you feel ready. Try and keep your right leg active, the sole of the right foot open. Lift the heart. And releasing into your foot. Lifting the heart. And then slowly release. Good, you can straighten out both of your legs. I'm going to take a turn again just so that it's a little easier for you to see. We're going to take the legs wide. So this is Upavishtakonasana. Open through their inner leg lines. And it might be enough to be here. To sit tall. If this is a really difficult posture for you, it's a nice posture to do with your back to a wall. The heart's lifted and open. The toes look straight up. If you feel that it's okay for you to come forward some way in this posture, you can start to edge forward. Be sure that you're not rounding your back or closing your frontal space as you come forward. So keep the heart lifted and open, lengthen through your belly space and come into the fold a little further if it feels accessible. Make sure again that you're not forcing or striving. And again, there's no comparison or judgment. A lot of us will have a tendency to compare ourselves to others. For some of us, it's relentless, this kind of comparing and judging ourselves, being hard on ourselves. So there's none of that in your yoga practice. It doesn't matter where you are in the pose. If you're here, it's still a beautiful posture. And if this is where you are, it's enough. Good. When you're ready, you can bring the legs in, and we'll come to lay on our backs. If you have blocks or cushions or blankets that you could use for this, you can bring them and give your legs a little bit of support so the posture feels more restorative. So this is Supta Baddha Konasana, the soles of your feet make a prayer position. Support your legs if you have something that you can use for that. You'll find that the legs will soften, the muscles will release maybe more easily with support than without. And if it feels okay for you, just take the arms up and over so that you open your heart and your shoulders as well. Just regulating your breathing here. Feeling space and expansion to your belly, down towards your pelvis and up towards your heart and your chest. Feeling that you let go of anything that you need to let go of as you exhale. So letting go of any criticism, or judgment. Any self-doubt as we exhale. When you feel that it's enough here, gently bring your arms down and lengthen the legs down. If you can, just slide out the legs. And you might just want to take whatever support you're using underneath the backs of your thighs. That's a little easier sometimes on the lower back. You can always use a bolster under your legs if you have one. And we take a few breaths here in our shavasana, in our relaxation. And just staying here for a few breaths more, feeling that with each breath, you're making that shift from self-depreciation to self-honoring. Breathing out any negative energy. And breathing in energy that is more positive, that is more loving. When you feel that you're ready, you can take a slow stretch. Start to move your body again, your fingers, your toes. If you want a longer shavasana, feel free to pause me here and take as long as you need in your relaxation. Really give yourself that time if you feel that you need it. When you are ready, you can bring yourself back up to sitting. And just find yourself in a comfortable seat, so you feel that the hips are maybe a little bit more open. Your heart is more able to lift. We feel more spacious in the chest and through the fronts of the shoulders. We'll bring one more time the hands in front of the heart, and you can just open that mudra again. Take 1 or 2 breaths here. Really nice mantra for this practice is I am enough. I am enough. When you're ready, you just come back to your Anjali Mudra. Connect your head to your heart and take a little bow forward to close your practice. Namaste. Thank you.